Hey there, it's Big Time over here at natg coming out with some test server action from this weekend, and we were trying out the Lynx, and we were trying out the new weapons, the harpoon guns, which were pretty cool. The spike, the needle, and the stake. I'm kind of looking at my screen up here just to get a good look at it. I got some interesting stuff going on here. Now the Lynx got a bit of a boost, and it's still pretty, it's vicious, guys. It's not super over the top, but we don't have pilot skills. That's going to be a huge thing. When pilot skills come in, that's what's going to really kind of put this into Superman mode, so to speak. So definitely this is going to be a bot we're going to want to watch. Do I think it's going to be a game wrecker like the Executioner module is going to be? No, I don't think so. It is definitely an interesting bot. It is squishy. If you're running Quantum Radar, you're going to be able to take one of these out. And of course, best thing to do is keep it at distance and shred it with longer range weapons. I'm still of that opinion that it's going to be very dealable if you have the right equipment out there on the battlefield. But I had fun running it. I like the look of it. I love the kind of blue sparkly skin on this thing. It looks absolutely amazing. I had a lot of fun running it. I'm definitely going to be picking one up for my hangar, and I just want to go out there and tear a few things up. And of course, I am starting off here with just some clips for you guys. This is not I'm not playing and commenting. We'll do one match at the end, and we'll cover it there. We're going to run one of these builds here, and we're going to see how far we can take it. Now, this is definitely a strategic bot. You got to be very tactical with it. You can't just go out there. I'm going to get a little aggressive here with it. But I should actually turn around and head back at this point instead of keeping going. But you can take some really aggressive takedowns. Now, one of the other changes that we had was they adjusted the spears. And they're also going to be doing an adjustment to the Khepri. Now, the spears, they got neutered, guys. Your last shot of 3 is still 400%. But your second shot's only 110%. 10% more damage on that second shot. So they went from regular damage to beefed up damage to super damage. Our first 2 shots are not that great. And of course, it's slower firing. I honestly would just put a set of Sheriff Magnetars on there. They're going to be better. They just seem to have a better punch to it. Now, this is a build I'm actually thinking about as a brawler is going to be a beast. We got the heavy weapon. This will be this, I believe, is the stake and then the spike here. I forget which one is which, but at this point, this is an interesting build. Now, this doesn't have, scatter effect. You're not going to be able to do work like you do with your sonic shotguns, where you can kind of, if you're not locked on target-wise or in target-wise, you're not going to be able to just blast away and hit it with spatter damage. This thing here you have to be pretty accurate with, but it does do a slug of damage. And I'm actually able to take down a couple of these nethers out here, which are so fast. Definitely something that's going to be good when it drops. They did nerf the Seraph, and here you got, on top I've got the nerfed Seraph, and right below I have my regular Seraph. And you can see they took 2 seconds off the flight time. The cooldown is the same. I'm not going to say that they neutered this and ruined the Seraph, but they definitely have wrangled it in. It's not going to be in the air as long, and that's okay. Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and load up a live one for you guys. Let's go ahead and tear it up here. I'm going to be running the Puncher build here on my Lynx. Now, you could run things on here. I'd say, you can run the hammers on this. Heck, you can run the Wanjis. I think it'd be a long-range killer on this thing. Definitely what is going to make this particular bot very, very deadly, I think. It's not necessarily the weaponry you put on it, but we're going to have some specialty pilots that come out. And I think they're going to adjust the special, the Executioner style ability of this. And that might make things a little more interesting. Maybe increase the duration of it. Maybe increase the frequency that you can use it in a match. But they were discussing, when I looked at the description of this, the special ability bypasses Last Stand. Because Last Stand is no longer just a barrier, it is a dump, like 900 points of damage resistance that's dumped on you. For most parts, I mean, it's going to help you a lot. But when it comes to the special ability on this bot, it's not going to help you. And I thought that maybe the Last Stand would be a good defense for it. Don't use it as a defense, guys. You're better off just getting a repair amplifier and using that. Okay, let's go ahead and just keep moving here. This is going to be an interesting build, guys. I think it's dealable with the right strategies, but you're going to have to be very careful of it. You definitely are not going to make miscues with this, and you want to keep it at arm's length. It's not a brawler, but if you're damaged enough and it gets its special ability off, you're toast. So you're going to want to deal with this with mid-range builds. You're going to want to hit this thing with everything from, pulsars, the Huanjis, you name it. Anything that's going to be 500, 600 yards away, meters away, you can just pound on it from a distance. And of course, quantum radar, because it is the, it is the stealth meta now, guys. It used to be the purple shields. Now it is the stealth meta of the game, the era of stealth. And you're going to need that, especially when this thing goes into stealth mode, because when it uses its special ability, it's stealth. So you definitely are going to need that. So, it might even be worth, there's some, you do have the Yang Li for the Aojun, which has automatic quantum radar, which might be interesting, but it's such a nerfed bot. It just is not going to hold up to this. But I still think I can use something that's going to be, pretty decent on this. Is going to be my Mars. And I should be able to actually brawl with this. I should brawl against this with my Fenrir. I should be able to take it out, because I have a lot of hit points that it has to burn through before I get down to the point where its ability will affect me. Go pick that off up there. Here we go. It's a nice Titan Slayer. That's it, guys. Seriously, the test server, very interesting, eye-opening. We got interesting times ahead. The nerfs that are coming in aren't super bad. The angler, it's still going to be usable, guys. I played it on test server. I didn't even throw any footage in on it. It's usable. It's going to be fine. It's just going to be reeled back a little bit, and finally to where it should have been when it was originally released. That's where it should be. Seraph, same thing. It's not nerfed into the ground like the Aojun. Another nerf might do it. And of course, I didn't feel anything different with the Khepri, so it definitely seems like if they did an adjustment to it, it wasn't much. So definitely that is going to be an interesting work. And of course, the new weapons, they're up close. They're harpoons. You have to be super, super close. So it's definitely for big, heavy, tanky brawlers or quick ambush style attacks. You definitely are not going to want to be squishy with that and run it on something that isn't going to handle a lot of damage. So definitely, it's just an interesting time, and I can't wait to see what the new pilots do. We can't test pilots here on test server. And of course, the new drone, it definitely beefs your damage up, and it's going to make you a killer. All right, guys, I think that's it. Alrighty, guys, that's a wrap from the test server. I didn't cover a few things on there. I didn't throw in that beast right up there. I didn't throw the angler in. Really, it just has a little bit more of its duration and ability is just not as long. It's going to be fine. It's just like it's a 2-second change there, guys. It's going to make it give it a larger window of vulnerability where you can take it off the battlefield. So it's not going to feel as overwhelming. Is it enough of a nerf to really make a difference to it? Not really. It's still going to be a monster on the battlefield. So for everyone who's thinking, oh, I might as well just throw my angler away, don't do it. It's just a minor change at this point. Expect more in further updates. I expect there'll be more nerfs to it if people keep running it the way they have, like the Khepri over there, or possibly the Seraph. The Seraph got a little, its flight ability is its huge ability, and they took 2 seconds off that. It's not as bad as what they did to the Aojun, but it's getting closer, and I expect they probably will nerf it one more time as well. And they'll nerf it right into the ground before we get our next flying bot, which actually we have the imugi. So people have been probably running this and not getting enough emojis out there. You've seen all the emojis being given away here in the last so many days. Definitely, that's interesting. Khepri, I didn't feel much of a change. I didn't even look at the stats. I just went out there and played it. Seemed like it was okay. We'll see what happens in the next update to see if they tank it, if they really ratchet it down even farther. But it's still going to be a good bot. It's still going to be decent to use out there. The spears, on the other hand, they're okay, but I'm going to avoid them. I'm going to go to other weapons. They have taken that special effect away from them, relegated some of that damage out of it, and you still have a one shot. That last third shot is still a beast. But if you miss, you're back to square one, and it's not that great on first and second shots. So definitely, I think you're seeing a lot less of them out there. And of course, the Lynx. What can we say, guys? It's going to be a little beast. We can deal with it. You just got to adjust your tactics. Don't let it get close to you. And definitely don't count on things like your last stand to protect you, because last stand is just damage resistance. And big damage resistance, like 900 points of it. That special shot, that the ferocity shot, is going to go right through that. It ignores all damage resistance, like on Titans, in the last stand, anything that accumulates that up, like your your drone, your armadillo drone that gives you damage resistance. As the more kills you get, that is going to ignore it. So you're going to hit that from a distance and obliterate it before it gets to you. And remember, quantum radar in this new realm, in this new era of the game, is essential. All right, guys, time to bail out here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications. That way you know when I'm dropping it. All right, guys, stay safe and healthy, and I'll catch you on the battlefield.